Hello, and welcome to this screencast for the week of October 5th through October 9th. This will be accompanying all the different items that are located in the Week 5 folder for you to work on while at home. When you open up your Schoology account, you should see that the different weeks are labeled. By the time you get this, Week 5 will be highlighted in green, and Week 4 will be shaded out. So with that, let me just go ahead and poke into Week 5. You'll see that our schedule has been moved over to this, so you can take a look at our different dates and different assignments as a way to help you navigate throughout the week. However, for the self-paced materials, click into the folder, and you'll see that there are really 4 different things here, and we'll take a look at each one of them very quickly. This one is the video that you're watching. Big C and little c. Let's take a quick peek at what this is. Big C and little c is going to be a way for us to think about how an event is that's taking place in a particular time period, different details of that smaller event, and then the larger ideas. So what are the bigger historical context items about that particular topic? And you're going to see that this week we're going to be looking towards Black Lives Matter. So your job on this activity is to literally take items and drag them to an appropriate space. So the 3 boxes here in the middle are for the little c, and the 3 boxes to the outer edges of the circle are for the larger historical context pieces. And again, this will come up in the New Visions assignment and an activity that we work on in class together. So take a look at that. See how you work with thinking about big ideas versus little ideas. The second activity is going to be for you to work into our marking period, our 4th marking period 1, marking period homework 4, New Visions. This will finally finish up the food fight in the, not the food fight, but the lunchroom fight in the school cafeteria. So let's take a look at what this document is. It's looking at context and how historians use that. So our job today is to review some of the vocabulary items that we've been talking about throughout the whole unit, and for you to go and consider 2 different sources between what's going on with the fight. So your job is to read the passages below and work your way through that. In the end, we're going to be looking at similarities and differences, so comparing and contrasting. How are those 2 statements the same, and what differences do they have? Which version helps you understand what caused the fight? And as we begin to look at the different items around contextualizing, we're going to see, just trying to look at all different parts, getting your mind to see the entire thing so that we understand how and what led to the particular thing that happened, in this case, the school fight. So try to use these colors, green, orange, blue, red, as you highlight different items in this source that's given to you. For example, we highlighted green with during lunch. That is when the fight happened. So utilize different colors and notability to highlight different items throughout this piece. Finally, at the end, you'll see here again is the big C versus little c. So what smaller events, what more finer details, but what are the big ideas that are going on around the area that may have contributed to the fight itself. So we see some things around historical context and geographic context. We'll be using these terms throughout our course and as we work our way forward. Here again is taking those big ideas and putting it into practice. Identify which sections of the passage provide the big C and which are the little c. And all you'd have to do is just write in big C, little c in the chart below. So take a look at some of these items here, and you can circle, draw some arrows, rewrite, whatever's easiest for you. But let us know that you have annotated the article provided. Lastly, with the information you've gathered, write 3 to 4 contextualization sentences. That means grab some stuff, details from the supporting resources that show us the big events and the finer details that brought us to why the lunchroom fight took place. So good luck with that piece. The next item we're looking at is SQ number 7, so I have that open, and that comes right from the page there in Schoology. Again, we have a couple of different vocabulary words for you to review and consider, and here are more activities about dealing with argument A and argument B. And again, compare and contrast. We're trying to see how and what is the same and what is different. So you're going to see here listing 2 different things. You don't have to have complete sentences. A bulleted list is fine for this area here. Talking about claims, evidence, and reasoning. So one of the activities that we're following this is trying to see if we could figure out just what is a claim, what is evidence and what is reasoning. Our job is to reread reread the argument below from the introduction, annotate using the symbols. So try to use blue, yellow, and pink, or red in this particular piece here. And you'll see that we are duplicating this activity in the very next task to help you practice. So describe what historical argument is. Identify components of a historical argument. Task number 2, examine the statements below from the lunchroom fight between Justin and Max. Categorize each of the statement as a claim, evidence that supports that claim, or reasoning. So again, we're looking at the 3 things from the previous chart, and just put down one of those different pieces here, which statement letter belongs with that. And that's about it for that activity. You'll see the last one here looking at, again, claim, evidence, and reasoning. Your job here is to, in this first question, this activity is allowing you to highlight multiple things. The question is identify the claim or claims. Are there claims that are inside this document? And if you think that this is a claim, home cooked food is healthier for you, you could highlight that. And if you think that there is another claim, okay, you could highlight that. Or if you think maybe this and not that, so just click and double click to select or not select different items. When you're done with that question, click to the next. And now we're asking for evidence. So identify evidence through, again, the same exact article or dialogue. And lastly, we would like for you to find the reasoning. Same dialogue, what is the reasoning statement that you could find? And that's about it for this week. Hopefully this helps. If you need any help, please email your teacher and check us out during office hours. Have a good weekend.